Top Madden boys, how we doing? Welcome back. This is the first episode of Coach's Corner this cycle, Madden 22. You know how it is. So if you are a Top Madden member, you already know how the drill is. But if you're new here, maybe you came from Pleated Pants' channel from the last time we did some Madden 101 stuff. Maybe you're from Better League, and I had recommended that Cody did some of this. He's a high-level Madden guy, maybe even more so than me, so he could do some good explaining on some things. But I always take it two ways. Coach's Corner is either a user in our league that's maybe struggling and looking for some improvements, so it's very educational in that response, in which we're adding on, we're looking at their gameplay and see what they're doing wrong, what kind of minor mistakes that they're making that's kind of leading them to losing games or being in tough spots late in games. And then a scenario, which is what we're going to do today, where we have a user, the last undefeated user in Top Madden through 12 weeks, the Green Bay Packers. We're going to take a look at his gameplay against a very talented Rams defense and a very talented Rams rushing offense and see how he adjusts, how he plays, what's working for him, how is he able to find success, because what sets the Packers apart from maybe everybody else in Top Madden and across some other leagues is their ability to play defense at a really, really high level. Now, the Packers kind of cheating for anonymity purposes. I won't say what school, but he is a college defensive coordinator and assistant head coach. So that alone for our boy King is probably maybe that's the difference, right? But outside of that, what is he doing in Madden that's different? Is he running a lot of man? He's running a lot of zone. Let's take a look at what he's doing. Let's see what he's doing on offense. He's the kind of guy last year that was he went to the NFC Championship the first year, and then he kind of struggled later, kind of a fringe playoff user. But now out the gate, a strong start to this cycle, 12-0. So yeah, that's what Coach's Corner is. And let's hop right into the game. There's no need to wait. There's no need to sit around and talk too much. We got 40-some odd minutes of film here. We'll probably skip through some parts at some point, but let's go. Let's get right into it. So it looks like we're gonna have a defensive possession. He's playing against the Rams, who are sitting Cam Akers, their best running back, because this dude literally has almost 17. What happened to my? There it is. I was like, what happened to the game? Okay. Literally has 1,700 rushing yards, like 12 weeks. So Cam Akers has been sat. What is fucking happening? What are we doing? Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. It's not from me. My apologies. Getting started on the wrong foot. I had pulled up the show and put it underneath. I was like, where did that just pop up? So after the first down run, looks like we got some match coverage. Let's see what he ends up jumping into. Cover 3, show 9. So this is, or cover 9, show something. So this is some match coverage. It's what we would call an imbalance coverage. That means the coverage on this side and the coverage on this side are doing two different things. Here you have flat with 2 vertical hooks and a half. And then instead of splitting the deep safety in half over here, you've got 2 safeties playing deep with the quarter flats. Obviously a match coverage, so there's some rules. That's the one thing I'm not going to be talking a lot about is the match rules, but let's see what happens here on 2nd and 11. What I like about this is people get accustomed to the defenses matching. Cover 2, they do the same thing on each side. Cover 3, they do the same thing on each side. Man, it's the same thing across the board. So in these 2nd and 11, where you feel like your opponent's really going to be passing the football, coming out in an imbalanced coverage is something that's maybe worth your time. So quick overthrow on the flood concept there to the running back. Put him down in the flat. But I like that. And then instantly a smart guy. He knows it's 3rd and 11. He comes out in quarters. You don't want to be coming out in 4-3 and nickel in this scenario when you know the pass is coming. We got a bunch set. He's going to use her Mr. Savage. So what play was he in there? He was in 3 spy. So he calls the PA cross. Got this vertical route. Maybe you could fit it in here if you really felt like you had the had the arm for it, maybe if you want to try to fit it in there. But even then the safety kind of jumps that. That's a hard read. You have this guy kind of leveraging both of these routes, and then the user, he comes up and he makes a good play on that man. So for all intents and purposes, everything is really covered here. Maybe that late, but a good drive coming out. Stopping that run early was huge. Getting him in that 2nd and 11, And then 3rd and 11 was huge because, again, the Rams are a team that really likes to leverage their ability to run the football. So missing Cam Akers due to suspension already kind of showing its impact on the field. So let's see what he comes out in here. A very stout offense that likes to run the ball. They run behind Aaron Jones. They run behind Le'Veon Bell. And, of course, you always have to worry about Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. So let's see here. Comes out in some single back with Aaron Jones back there. X-Factor Aaron Jones, might I add. Plays to the strong side. Nice juke. Easy run. Not going to break down a lot of these average plays. I can't tell you. What I can tell you is if you look at the defensive play call here by the Rams on 1st down against the single back set, the first thing you should see is there's only 3 down linemen here. 1, 2, 3, and then he's in like dollar on 1st down. And I get that it was only a 2-yard run, but if you really don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're running a lot of dollar, so that's kind of the first mistake that I saw. This one obviously coming from the Rams here. Now another 3-man front. Obviously, you feel like you could trust Aaron Donald. That's one thing. Looks like a man look here because everybody's in front of a guy. He's making his adjustments. Let's see if we can catch on what his hot route is. Motion him in. So we have some mesh here, some crossing routes with some verticals. He's going to go after Adams and complete good play. Again, finding ways to beat man is going to be very difficult. That's really what some teams can do that others can't, and the Rams can run man. Here's a tough play to deal with. A lot of verticals on this play, and he ends up getting a wide open man here. We'll run that back here, see if he scores, and he does. So what happens here in the bunch, when you get guys that run press man, you see how you have 3 guys all within the same vicinity of each other, right? So the way that this route goes is there's a crosser, and then he goes out, and then he goes out. So when you have that, and then there's the drag underneath here from this receiver. And what that ends up doing, if you see here, it creates a pick on the receiver that's guarded. You see there's contact here. So now there's this little tiny, let's watch this back. I want you to watch the corner that's right in front of Valdez-Scantling here. This guy, oh shit, what did he do? Oh, that did. So this guy right here on the edge, this hat. See, he runs and there's contact there between the 2 corners, and that's what frees up Valdez-Scantling with his speed and length down the sideline. Simple as that. So that's our first adjustment we saw. He ran man and he ran mesh, and Jalen was able to make a play. But this time what he did is he ran a bunch. He had some pick routes, and that drag, the corners hit each other, and that's what opened up a man. And sometimes it's as simple as that. So a big adjustment, very quick adjustment on that drive. And here's a big run on the next drive. Let's skip this back 10 seconds here and see. So playing some run defense. Oh, bad pad pursuit angle with the backside safety by King. And that's just a big run. The Rams are able to do this, and with the big power O run there. That was just a bad user there by the backside safety. One of those things, like, it just kind of is what it is. I think I should do one of these live and allow like a Q&A. Here goes the 3-4, bringing down in the box. Wouldn't be surprised. This is this is like cover 4. Really want to bait him into some play action. Oh man, and then this time just another missed play. So why would you run 4? So what's the adjustment to run cover 4? Well, the difference in cover 4, these safeties have run fits. That's what we would call run fits. So these safeties here, they're gonna actually have run fits built into the play in cover 4 versus any other coverage where they wouldn't have them. So that's what he wants. That's why he's running cover 4, because he wants his safeties to be involved in the run game. So you see the safety crashes into this gap here. He needs to be rotating on top of the play with Savage. He's kind of anticipating play action. That's why he's back here. That gets picked up. And obviously, you would love a situation where this corner can come down and crash. But if he wasn't too busy over here, if he was right here, he'd be in a better position to make this play. But instead, he's late to the play. But the backside safety, that's the second time he was late with a backside linebacker there. So or backside safety. So if you're going to use it as safety like King is, it's okay, but you're kind of leaving yourself susceptible to some big runs. So here's a play action. Going for the corner route. I like him using his corner there. He was using he was using the safety on the outside. Like that. He's anticipating that play action, but at the same time, you play the run a little too much, you'll be in trouble. Bringing that safety back down into the box. Here goes some stretch again. No real adjustments to stop the run. He was in nickel that time. Be a little bit more. Pay attention when this thing pops up and it tells you what personnel your opponent is in. Pay attention to that. So we're in 3 tight end, 1 wide receiver. You see that? So he instantly jumps. I know this is 101, but instantly jumps to a base defense. If you call it your defense is too quick, you're just going to be out of position. So, again, looks like another cover 4 look because he wants the safeties to fill. This time he gets hit with a counter. That's a fantastic play by the Rams. The Rams have just been power right, power right, power right. Comes out here, and how many times has Savage been late to a play? So this time he really overextends to try to get into these gaps with Savage and just, completely runs himself out. Big backside block here to open up this run lane. And, at this point, what a play call by the Rams. The Rams are showing exactly why they're one of the league's top rushing offense, or the league's top rushing offense, to go power, and then the perfectly timed counter to come back and hit it for 7. That's good football, boys. That's good football. He had the play action. He did, try to go down the field. That's okay. Ooh, a big loss there. Preston Smith to a torn labrum. So 7-7 ties this game up. The Rams, seriously, I played them. We lost like 55-30 because I just simply could not stop Cam Akers. It was like 4 touchdowns. So got to make sure that you are always looking out for that at all times here. So how did the Packers respond? Let's see. They beat man coverage last time. Let's see if they get a little bit more man. Looks like he has this bubble screen lined up. Hands it off. Once again, anticipating the man. I think he got zone this time. He did. So anytime you're in zone, you can throw that backside bubble that he had. If they're in man, you have to hand it off. Okay, here's another mesh concept, this time with the motion out. Looking like he's going to be in against cover 2 or maybe a rotate to 3. So rotates to 3 with that one safety. He's got Y open. Great. So again, something we had talked about in pleated pants. We got 2 safeties here, so you're anticipating them to be splitting the field in half. So you can make your call that way. You can make your play call that way. But something you need to be prepared of, and what I want you to watch is when the ball gets snapped, this safety is going to come up here, and this safety is going to rotate to be in the middle of the field by himself. With these guys dropping back, that would be that cover 3 that me and Pleated talked about. And as we said, the flats will be open against the cover 3. So go ahead and watch when the ball gets snapped. We're watching this safety right over here. He rotates to the top. This safety comes down, and then you have the flats open. All that Scantling for the easy conversion on 2nd down. So looking for that safety rotation is huge. Again, that's kind of calling back. All my top Madden guys should know this. Again, the Rams in 2 high safeties. So make your plan, but don't commit. Because again, see, they rotate down. And once again, we're going straight to the flats. Oh, big broken tackle there. Oh, stop it. Oh. Run that back. That was pretty. And just remember, you don't need the home run ball. You don't always need the home run ball. Sometimes you just got to get wiggly with it. Bad tackling there by the Rams, and Valdez Scantling has got his 2nd touchdown of the game. The first quarter, that is. So let's go ahead and skip. So the Rams have an adjustment to make. How are they going to stop these crossing routes? Every time they run zone, they get caught by crossing routes. Every time they've run man, the one time they run man, they got beat deep. So they may have spooked themselves out of running man coverage. On defense, how do you stop it? Strong close. The Rams know. See, strong close, top right. The Rams know exactly what they want to do. They want to run the football down your throat. So out in 3-4 base. This time, the linebackers do a good job of filling. He immediately gets down. That's the difference. Look at what he did with his user. This time, he gets involved early in the play. Okay? He gets involved early in the play. He takes one of the blockers. Gets outside. That is what you want. I know you're kind of at the mercy of what your AI linebackers do, but the more you do early in the play with the run with your user, the better. Doesn't mean you have to shoot a gap. No, not necessarily. But if you could get ahead of it, get out there, go take a fullback, secure the edge, force the cut back in so you're flowing linebackers, that's where you want to be. So here we go, 2nd and 13. Now the Rams are what they don't want to be, passing the football. But they are able to find Ejax for their first completion, the old spot and go. They brought pressure off the left. Very interesting decision. I personally, I'm not a very aggressive defensive player. Whenever my opponent is passing, I'm not looking to bring blitzes because that just kind of leads to easy routes. And as we saw, all you need is a quick throw to the flat or a crosser, and then that thing can go yard. So here's the counter again. Oh, bad usering. Bad user linebackering right here by Savage. Again, kind of just a weird committing to the play there. Not able to get there. Good patience by P-Town. Sometimes you see the user crashing. You feel a need to juke. P-Town just makes the little wiggle more inside. Does a good job of that. So that's the sign of an experienced runner in Madden. Some guys will stop, juke, or spin. There's no need. Just keep running. Some guys will miss. They'll over pursue. So big play there by the linebackers. They're doing it. Credit where it's due. There's been a couple of times where they've really stopped that first down run. Twice for a loss, once here just for 2 yards. And then you get the Rams in gun. And when you get the Rams in gun, I think then it's time to strike, okay? There it is. Less blitz this time, more of an extended, disguise coverage. He doesn't know what we're looking at. Here's the crosser, though. Oh, D-Jax. Rams are sticky. Once again, one high, you work your crosser. This is mesh spot, so you have a lot of crossers on the play. May have had the running back out of the backfield early, but decides to go with the crosser. You got to make your decision. Sometimes that wheel's open. You could throw it and hit it. Sometimes you throw the drag and the wheel becomes your lead blocker up the field for more yardage. So I want to point something out here. So he's in 3-4 because he wants to stop the run. What does that mean? 3 down linemen and then 1, 2, 3, 4 linebackers. Very often when you see the strong side of the field, This is huge Madden 101. This is huge. This is Madden 201. One of the most often run plays that people will run is they'll run a stretch or a run to the right where the strong side, where you have a tight end, a blocker, and then backdoor they have the bubble screen. And again, what they're looking for is they're looking to see if this player crashes in zone or if they back up to get that free bubble screen, because then it's just a one-on-one block. So it's a 2-on-1. It's the guy with the ball and a blocker. So the easiest way to do that, the first way to lock that up is to run man, because then when the ball's snapped, if you're running man, he's just going to lock on. The second way to do that, and the easiest way to get interceptions, is to user it. If you user as this player, when the ball gets snapped, you can fake crash and then jump the pick. And look at what King does. King comes over and he users him. He's usering Campbell out here. Now, does that play the bubble screen? No, but that's exactly why. And the moment he realized it wasn't, look at the moment that cut comes in motion, he's like, oh, it's not, I'll just go back to being Amos. That's quick thinking. That is like quick as fuck thinking. He knows exactly what he wants to play defense against pre-snap. As soon as he doesn't have that look, he goes back to being Amos, and he makes the play. 2nd and 10. Another big stop on first down. That's the mental game that you're going to get from a guy like King. Let's look out for that more in the future. Here's another big stop. So now we're going to have the first kind of 3rd and 10 since the first drive for the Rams. That's huge. I know that seems simple, but like where your user can completely lock down a play. All right, so here's a verts concept with Higbee underneath. Higbee big plays, but enough to get in the field goal range. I mean, that's really what you're looking for, right? They have the dagger. You come out in quarters, and you just take away everything over the top. It's Madden 22. They're gonna have an underneath route open. It is what it is. Go back to doing what you're doing. Okay. Run this play back. So we get a first down pass here. So it looks like a little play action. I like this 2 tight end set, play action. Quick throw to Aaron Jones in the flat. There's multiple ways to do it. You can run on first down. You can pass on first down. The rule is you should just be able to... Sorry, I just got a message on Slack. I mean, the idea is just get yards. That'll end the first quarter. Good 10-14. Good game here so far. Second and 4, the playbook's open. You can go pass and have a relatively easier third down. Could run and try to make that third down something. Here goes Bell. Overcommit on the run. Big play there. Following the blocks. Backup running back. Okay, here's the one high. So P-Town loves his one high looks. Oh, big play there, and that's gonna be significant for you Madden new guys. So there's a little movement he makes. So we're running. All right, so I've got a blocker and I've got an AI player. Okay, if I continue wide, this player is gonna meet me here. I've got to run in a way that allows Devontae Adams to put the best block possible. So watch this. He cuts in. Look at what King does with Jones. Look, it's a little cut. He cuts in right here. Why would you cut into the block? And that little cut is enough to draw the AI player into Adams to get the nudge block. Look, it's just quick. He's in and then he's out. Boom, boom. He's out, and that's enough to get the block on. Again, you don't need a juke. You don't need a spin. Just a little bit of left stick to the right and out, and that's enough to set it up. I promise you. High-level stuff by King here. King is we put King really low on our user charts this year, but he is doing everything that I look for when I watch guys like Warren play, when I watch guys like Danny, rest in peace to the King. He took a break from Madden, but he'll be back. Danny will be back. He just needs some time. But this is the high level stuff that we're looking for. Deal, I guess. Here's drag. Easy find. Interesting play call. Not one I see called a lot. That one really opened the Red Seas there. The RPO zone peak. Again, let's talk about fucked up play calls. We're on the red zone. I guess it's not the worst because there's 4 wide receivers. But when you're in the red zone, you got to remember that you're very limited in space. You don't need to overwork how many DBs you have on the field because you don't have to worry about one thing over the top. They can't throw deep. They can only throw as far back as the end zone ends, right? So you really don't need to come out. So you really want to be playing the run more than the pass because of how difficult it is to pass in those situations. The last thing you want to do is give up a big run to get him from maybe the 8-yard line to the 2. See, now you see he's got in 3-4, and not only is it going to be more difficult to run, like here, a big stop on the run there, it's more difficult to run at the middle, but those receivers you're not particularly scared of. Yes, there's going to be plays that people can score, and yes, you're playing Aaron Rodgers, but at the same time, he gives a shit. He gets to, I always say, if they get it, he earned it. If he got it, he earned it. If he threw a little small one in there, he earned it. Here goes a goal line. He gets it, but I'm not the biggest fan because it's a kind of a delayed handoff run, but it's just power O. So big touchdown there. 21-10 lead here. Great first half of football. This is high, and what I like about this, we're not seeing any cheese plays. We're not seeing any money plays. Nobody's even come close to hike and haul in. This is just good football right now, and I don't normally talk about that when I talk about a P-Town game. All right, we're back in cover 4. Everything kind of locked up, and that's just a case of P-Town kind of forcing the football there. Again, there's a reason why he's running the football. So everything's really locked up. He did have the running back late on the leak out, but, this is just good coverage. So cover 4. Looks like cover 4 might be it, man. I mean, obviously this is the first time he ran it, but Kevin King makes a good athletic play. One of the better Madden corners you'll have, 6'3", plenty of speed. So here comes a play action with the crosser. Patient there. This one goes to Mr. Tanyan. Obviously, you like those double posts, but if they're going to user it and make plays there, there's nothing you can really do about it. Comes a curl play. Let's see what he checks to. Does he check to the 4 verts? Yeah, he does. Quick find there. Let's see what he saw. So we talked about P-Town liking a lot of 1 high, right? So what does that mean? What does that mean? It means he's here guarding deep. He's here guarding deep. He's here guarding deep. So you know that we have a purple zone here and a purple zone here, and then these guys are responsible for kind of splitting the rest of these linebackers here. So what's available? Well, over here is available, and over here, but this is what we would call the short side of the field, right? The ball's on this left hash, so there's not enough room here. So this really the only viable option if you're going to get a downfield seam throw is going to be right here. So you're just reading this linebacker. Does this linebacker crash out, or does he drop back? So that's kind of the read. So when you see the play change here, you know that Cobb's going to stay vertical. You know that Tanyan is going to bring the attention of this linebacker over to help open this lane up. All you're looking at is what this guy does. If this guy goes crashing out wide to the sideline, there's the throw. So he checks into a good play that beats the cover 3. Look, he crashes out wide, and then there's the easy throw. Not much you could do to recover on that. So an easy find there. He was in the 3 hard flat. That's all you got to do is make your read. Just make your read. Just make your read. All right. Down in the I form, though. Very diverse offense. Ooh, nice cut. Oh, Jesus. Stop it. So when we're talking about the Packers here, I mean, I like their diversity, their ability to power run, their ability to pass, decisions that he's making. Ooh, huge tackle on the backfield. Does that take away the X factor? That would be huge, especially in nickel. Yes. Oh, no, he just came out. All right. You have Le'Veon in the flat in the corner by Tanyan to read. Tanyan open. Tanyan's there. Yep, it's easy. The flat's going to take the attention of the corner. You just got to make a read. P-Town runs man again. Cover 0 in the red zone. A lot of DBs in the red zone. Unless you know for sure that they are passing, I can never justify it. Just run a zone. Contain the quarterback. The big issue in those scenarios that makes life difficult is if they have a quarterback that can break the pocket and get to the sideline, because that's where the throws start to open up. Aaron Rodgers, as good as he is and as mobile as he's been in the past, can't say that's going to be the guy. And also the play style of your opponent. Again, we haven't really seen Aaron Rodgers out of the pocket much this game. As Robert Tonyan actually almost at 1,000 receiving yards here. So, wow, look at that. Tight end, big balling. Hawkinson's not close to that, so. All right, a big reset drive here by the Rams. I like them going back to their running. Why? It's what worked. Yeah, you're down 18. There's 3 minutes left in the half. You might be feeling pressured to pass the ball, but you're only going to win doing what you're doing best. Just because you're struggling at what you do best. In the first half, I'm not too pressed. This is a very offensive-friendly game. Here goes that man coverage. Locked up is Higbee. So the crosser's getting locked up in man today. I mean, you talk about the Rams and their ability to play man defense. The Packers are no jokes either. Plenty of talented man corners. Jaire Alexander leading the way, no doubt. He's there in the slot. Here's a corner. If that's picked off by, I would imagine that's Mike Ford. This is what you don't do, guys. You don't come out here and you don't throw a red zone interception right into the red zone. Not a smart play there, and now you have Aaron Rodgers with the football and an 18-point lead in your end zone. We've seen enough red zone scoring here. Let's do see the touchdown. So you have a little drive concept. You're flooding the left side of the field with a bell into the flats. Stay in this play before I start talking about it too much. Looks like it. So what you're doing is you're clearing out corner to clear another guy out, and then the flat, and then you have these two routes of varying depths to kind of work with and make your decisions. So you're really looking to hit one of these guys. Here he hits A. The user kind of trips over himself. Easy touchdown. So again, you might be tempted to go at those routes that were breaking from the left, but there's not a lot of room. And if they're already committed to the outside there, they've already committed to the outside there. So big run here by P-Town to get that 2-minute drill started. Back into the run with 2 timeouts, 2-minute drill to work with. I don't see why not, especially if they're going to fear the passing. But, not an injury to the goal line. After the initial drives, the Packers have done a good job at kind of building their lead, putting the Rams in situations where they really feel like that they have to throw the football. I think P-Town's feeling it. He's like, if I'm going to win this game, I'm going to have to put points on the board with the run game. So here's another counter. Big play there. Time's going. Already up to 114 yards with Wayne Gallman. If that tells you how good this team is with Cam Akers, it's that in a half of football, Wayne Gallman has 114 yards. Just tough to deal with. P-Town, not very known for being a very patient runner or patient player. But wow, look at this. Gallman down inside the 33. Takes his last time out. I think you could probably save that with the way that it's going. There's plenty of time on the clock. Unless you're trying to, once again, timeout management's one thing. Another thing, too, is Green Bay needs to worry about that. They can't take those timeouts to half with them. Oh, no. Wayne Gallman he goes for the dive. So here's what I want to look at here. You have your edge rusher down here. You really would like this line to be shifted over. You want him here, him here, him here, him here, and then this guy more heads up. I get that you've maybe feared the counter, but everybody's just a gap over in the wrong spot. So now there's no edge set. The blocker gets out to set the edge. You just have one man to beat, and it's a slower guy. Just outpaces him to the sideline. That's Rashawn Gary, the double juke from hell. And then the jumping play, Wayne Gallman up to 160. I mean, shit, does he hit 200 in this game? I didn't even see the stat column. But that's the real issue there is if you're going to play run defense, that's fine. But this is literally a 2-minute drill of fucking, like, Georgia Tech. Well, this isn't the fear, but, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like I'm watching Army when I'm watching P-Town. Shit shouldn't work. And granted, it's not working this game. But, I mean, just look at these rushing lanes. Absolutely absurd. So let's see what King does. We have a big play here on King's 2-minute drill. We'll see what King. Big corner out there to Tanyan. Is that the Y sail with the running back in? I don't get to find out. Double slants here. Little movement out of the pocket. What's that flag for? Intentional grounding. Is it because the tackle was technically inside, or the edge was technically inside of him? I really feel like he's out of the tackle box. 2nd and 20. Back to that formation from earlier. He's not calling that play, but this is the one where that drive, that wheel popped open because of that. So I wonder if that's coming here soon. Didn't happen this time. This time, though, Tanya in the middle of the field. Safety comes flying in. We have 4 touchdown passes on 10 passes. Absurd. I think this is it again. This drag under. 3rd and 20. Feel like you might get man coverage. You throw it away if you don't get it, or maybe you just take the sack. But this looks like... All right. What does he go for? Side cross. A lot of verticals to read out of the bunch here. Now he's on the move out of the pocket. Quick throw to Lev Bell. That's up to the 49. That'll be 4th and 6. I would imagine at this point you block a run out. Yep, looks like that'll be the case. So here's a counter of his own. Let's open up the second half here. I love the use of counter. Another thing we don't see in Madden leagues enough is the use of counter runs. Something that's a little bit, over the last couple Madden cycles has kind of become a little bit better. Counter runs in the past are kind of meh. But big plays there. The Rams down 18. Need a stop here. Let's see if there's any adjustments. We're just going to have more of the same here. Play there. When you're able to stop the run like that, a power O run in nickel, Tampa 2, that's when you know you're doing some things right. So interesting here on 2nd and 8. We're going to go under center. Let's see if he plays to that bench. This is a play that was looked at heavily by Pleated Pants. So again, what do we talk about with bench? This was a Pleated Pants thing here. So first thing we're looking at the line of scrimmage is how many safeties we got. We got 1, 2 safeties high, right? So if this was, let's say, cover 2, right? We're watching Jalen Ramsey. If he drops back to play the flat or play the deep corner, then we have the quick flat. If Jalen Ramsey jumps up on this flat to Hurst or this quick out, then you have Adams deep, right? But if these safeties rotate like we've seen multiple times, so 1 high, right, then that means there's a drop back here, drop back here. So what you don't have is that corner route anymore. So that's what we're going to be looking for here at the snap. So it looks like this safety is the one that dropped back and P-Town's using the other one. So it is going to 1 high again. So you have this guy here on Adams and this guy shaded. You have this guy here on that corner route and this guy shaded over top. The corner routes are out of the play here. You look on the right, P-Town is over here guarding the out. So this is the easy out to find. You just find the out to Hurst. A deadly tight end duo. Very underrated. Hayden Hurst, 87 speed. Fantastic hands. If you're a part of my Falcons league, you already know how good Hayden Hurst is at fucking Madden. So, or in Madden rather. So, all right, here's a check down here. You have a situation where your edge rusher is way out wide. So if you can get a lane in here, you're in good shape. There's just a big defensive play there by Floyd. Good old Leonard, but you had an edge rusher way out. Obviously, that's what he was looking for, trying to get to the edge. But great edge work there. Here's a mesh concept here. He's looking like he's got zone. Hasn't had a whole lot of man. He's looking for the crosser to clear. That's Cobb. Aaron Donald, not the zone defender you want on the Mike Blitz 3. Doesn't get home. But it did force a 3rd down. So again, we're in the 3-3-5 wide. I like this. You've been running the football well. Maybe you force him up. Oh, man. Gotta find the read there. I think this was a matter of P-Town. Let's watch P-Town's user. I think P-Town may have gotten in on the play. Nope, he didn't really force it. He had the backside tight end open to Tanyan on the boot. But I think he lost sight of Jalen Ramsey. Big play there. That's the stop they needed. He lost sight of Jalen. Imagine if Jalen picks that off. That's gone, right? So that's probably the first real error on offense by King. And coming at an untimely time because you really would like to put points on the board. Don't know why he took that kickback. But an 18-point game, 7 gets it within 11. But there's math for you. Stream making fun of me for not ever doing math. More disguised coverage. We don't know which one, if it's going to be too high. Oh, now he tells us it's 1 high. Fake jet sweep. I don't like this. Why do I not like this? It's so long to develop. And when these runs take forever to develop, those linebackers get into the backfield. Never the zone fake jet. Just call the jet and call it a day. All right, here's some man coverage. Should be an easy tell that it's man as well. Good tackle play there by King. How do I know it's man? First of all, every single one of these guys is a guy right in front of them. And then you have this player down. If it was in zone, it would look a little bit more like your standard zone alignments. Then again, they can man align, so keep that in mind, but you really wouldn't man align in zone situations. It's just one-on-one there. Robert Woods is not able to get out, make a tackle. Huge play there on 2nd and long. Call cover 1, user the safety yourself. I'm not normally an advocate for using the safety. Big play there. Here he switches to man. Gonna go underneath this one. Promptly knocked incomplete. 3 for 10 is Matt Stafford. Halfway through the quarter. 3 for 10. Talk about lockdown defense. Ooh, there's Tanyan. And the stop. Oh, geez. And he's going to wait. There he goes. Again, similar to before, right? Good read. Patience there. Kind of got lucky that he tried to hit stick. But look, he's going to slow down and kind of wiggle in and let 80 pick that block up. And that's the difference between touchdown and zone. So I think at this point, right, we're in a 41-17 game. I think that's a good time to stop. We're 40 minutes into the video. What I want to emphasize here is as you go back and rewatch this, the things I picked up, maybe the things I didn't pick up. He has made one mistake passing the ball. I know that's easier said than done, but he's really just been taking a lot of what the defense is giving him. A lot of corner routes to the tight end, a lot of the crossing routes, a good balance of running the football. The counter runs. Guys, if you were able to run the ball effectively with power and stretch, throw in a counter, and look how deadly this was. Both of these running backs dominated on all of the counter runs that they ran. Don't be afraid to power run. And pick up on little things. I'm sure as we do another episode of this down the line, we'll see more. So I don't want to try to capture all of the Madden tips and trick content. This is what we saw, and that's what put Green Bay in a position to win. So they allowed, up to this point, they've allowed 3 completions. They've run a variety of cover 4. They've run some man. They've done a good job. A little susceptible to the run early in the game. But obviously, once they took the lead, that was easier to manage. So, shout out to King, proving all the haters wrong, proving Warren and myself wrong from our little YouTube video of user tier list. I'm excited for King, happy to see him back this year and competing. If you like this episode, pop by to Twitch stream, twitch.tv/TopMaddenGaming. I'm more than happy to do this live and chat with people. More than happy to do these in YouTube videos. So if you have a good game that you felt like you need breakdown, hey Finn, I'm struggling, what do I need to improve? We'll absolutely do this in chat. There's going to be more Madden 101 content with pleated pants. So make sure you guys you go follow him and then follow our channel. There'll be more. Thanks for watching. That's it for this week's episode of The Coach's Corner.